Welcome, my Blenderhead colleagues. I am Salvador García Luque, and this time I want to show you a very simple but quite useful configuration tip. Today I want to show you how to change the frames to seconds in the sequence editor or sequencer. But what frames am I referring to? I guess you may have already noticed that at the top of our sequence editor, we have a number sequence. What we have here, these are the frames. However, what we really have this time are the seconds, in fact. These seconds are always going to be represented with this sum, a 0 plus a couple of digits, because the left side represents the second in which we are positioned, and the right side the frames that are between 1 second and another. We'll get closer by scrolling up the mouse wheel, and now we see how the complete sequence appears. We already have from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on until the first second. This means that we have 24 frames per second, which is here in the frame rate, which is clearly indicating that between the second 0 and the second 1, 24 frames were needed. Obviously, this can vary if we change in our output the amount of frames per second needed. For example, I have put 30 frames already to conform a second, and we see that the necessary amount to make a second has extended to precisely that amount. Here we have this bar with which we can distinguish between 1 second and another, although the number is not visible in the graphic representation of the sequence. If we get closer, evidently we will reveal the number of the second in which we are. To switch between seconds and frames, it can be done with the shortcut Ctrl T. Now you will notice that the numerical sequence has changed and now only shows ascending integer numbers. Or, if we get to the 0 point, we will see that on the other side we have negative frames. These frames can be useful for certain things when we are working on animation. Although in video editing it is not something that is normally useful. Well, there is another way, as always, to change this configuration. In the View menu, we go here and we are going to see Show Seconds, and even the shortcut that I just mentioned. Show Seconds, of course, will do that, but actually it's a toggle, a switch button. If we press it again, now does show the seconds, but as I already showed, we can return to simply show a number of frames. Obviously limited to the total number of frames of our project. This shortcut is not only limited to the sequencer, since we can configure it in all our animation editors, as well as in the timeline. And well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about this time. It has been a fairly short video, but I hope this little tip will be useful to you. The only thing left for me is to tell you to please subscribe, activate that notification bell, and give the video thumbs up. I am Salvador García Luque. I hope you have found this video useful and informative. See you in the next one. Bye.